enjoy working in retail then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Do you? How long you worked in retail then?
So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got my 20 years.
At Next?
Yeah, 20 years service.
What?
I know.
What?
Long time.
Did you think you'd do that?
Not initially. So when I first joined, I thought I wanted to be in the travel industry, be a holiday rep.
Nice.
But no, stuck it out and worked my way up.
So perfect time to introduce yourself. So where are you now in the business and what's your name?
So my name's Abby. I'm the store manager of Merry Hill in
Nice.
Dudley. So I've been there now for just coming up to 6 years.
At that one particular
store,
and is it quite a bit? Is it what kind of store is it? Because we've got different kinds, haven't we? Yeah.
It's one of the biggest, probably one of the biggest you can get. So yeah, very very big.
Yeah.
You can't miss us when you drive to Merry
What
Hill.
sort of team size? Like what sort of team size you got there?
So I've got 176 staff, a team of 11 managers. So there's a lot of us. Yeah, a lot of us.
Wow.
And we trade 9 till 9:30. So it's a long day. Deliveries come at 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's a full operation.
Yeah, I think few people have said that to me. I think a lot of people don't realise actually that's when stores start.
Yeah.
Not when the shop front opens, is it?
Yeah.
No. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes.
Lots of operations happen before the store opens at 9, yeah.
Yeah.
So delivery team are in from 6, then all the back of house operations, store surplus, that all happens way before 9 o'clock.
Wow.
When the store opens, the trade. And then we're there till 9:45 at night.
Busy day. It's a busy day though.
Very busy day.
Obviously you're not working the whole day. But
No. No. Just either an early shift or a late shift.
Yeah. So where did you start then? So how did you come to Next? Cast your mind back.
Yeah. So I suppose officially my 20 years would have been back in November time, because I was a Christmas temp at an old store now that's not there, Telford Town Centre. But it was a temporary position, so come in the January that finished. It was just for Christmas. And then a new store opened in Telford on the retail park in the following April, and they kept you on file, so just gave me a call. Did I want to go back there and work a Sunday shift? So I just used to do 6 hours on a Sunday, and then just loved it that much, increased my hours, was a full-time merit sales as it was back then, senior sales, and then various sales manager positions. Then I went to be an ASM at Shrewsbury. Again, that store's closed now.
ASM, Assistant Store Manager.
Assistant Store Manager, Assistant Store Manager.
We love an acronym.
A bit of jargon. So I was there in Shrewsbury for some time, and then I was store manager in Oldbury, which is...
Love the breeze.
West Mids. Was there for 6 years, then went to be assistant store manager at the brand new Merry Hill, because it's only been open for 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So there was 2 stores closed and opened a massive shop. And then, been there for the last 6 years. Got promoted to store manager about 2 years ago.
Nice.
When the previous store manager left to come to work at head office.
Oh.
So, it's feels like yesterday. But, yeah.
So your routine was then... It was, even though it's Christmas, it was around sale then?
Yes, yeah. So Christmas sale, just temporary, sort of from November through to Jan. At the time, there was nothing to be able to be kept on at that store, but really good, I was kept on file. For then a new store that opened, and just got my foot in the door there.
Is that quite a common thing as well, like people coming into Next through sale?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's really good for us at store level to... almost a little bit of on-the-job interviews for them.
Okay.
So we do the team assessments, get them in, and really can see, what they're about during that sale period. It's so fast-paced. Then if we have got any vacancies, it's really easy for us then to just offer those positions to them rather than start recruitment all over again with them. So it's difficult because you might not be able to offer everybody something, but hopefully if you keep them on file, as and when things come up, you can recruit them into those roles without the need for further assessments.
Because
interviews.
Sales big, isn't it? Yeah.
Massive, yeah. Huge.
It's pretty important, especially in the retail side, yeah.
Yeah, it's so important to us in terms of like our profits and keeps us going as a business, and so important for us to shift the level of stock that we need to clear ready for then all the new stock to come in. So the volume of units my store has is just like 80,000 units. So if you imagine that across sort of four departments, that's quite a lot. So the workload that goes into getting that ready, we really need our sales support teams to help with that, getting everything marked down and prepped ready to go into sale. So it's not just about the day, it's all of the work that goes
when
into
does that start?
So it's usually about a week before.
Yeah.
You don't want to start it too early, so usually about a week before we'll start all the preparations.
Must be quite good as well as in terms of, must bring the team together quite nicely as well in terms of, I know you're all working on one goal, but you've still got your departments and jobs, whereas that, it's like we're all working on sale here.
Yeah.
And you're bringing the new people that are there for sale along with you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just creating that little bit of a mix, really, with all the operations of experience and permanent team alongside some of our support team and making them feel as welcome as possible, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. But everybody has to work as a team.
Yeah.
You can't do it on your own. You've got to sort of work together as a store to achieve what you need to.
Yeah, and like you said, a really good opportunity for them to go, well, do they like it? Do they like the pace? Do they like the environment? But also really good for everyone else to be like, oh, this person, you could have a bit of a career here, and then, like yourself.
Definitely, and they get speaking to the permanent team that are there, and we've got managers that came on board as temporary Christmas team, stayed, showed a bit of an interest in wanting a career, and are now managers. And that can happen quite quickly if you've, if you really want it and you've got those skills, and we see that potential in that individual, then absolutely you don't have to wait 20 years to be a store manager. You can get to it quite quickly if the vacancies are there and you really want it.
And what's the thing that you really enjoyed about, 2 decades worth of working here, there must be something, right?
The people that we work with, I feel like everybody seems to have worked at Next at some point in their life. Everybody you speak to, I used to work at Next. But yeah, the friends that you make with it, whilst we've been at work, some of my bestest friends are who I've worked with for that 20 years. So definitely the people. I think the fast pace, definitely. There's always something to do. And it's quite varied, so no one day is the same. So although you've got your routine, lots of different things happen and you have to quickly reprioritise. I like a little bit of healthy pressure.
Okay, that's
so
nice.
There is pressure because we're a business and we've got lots to get on with, but healthy pressure is really good, I think. It just gives you that drive, that gives you that motivation to get up and get into work in the morning, and just watching some of the team develop as well. When your team have gone on to be store managers now, it's really rewarding when you see that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say that I've got quite a new team.
Yeah.
Well, newish, and one of the things I'm starting to enjoy more and more is seeing when the penny drops, or when they've had a new idea, or when they've done something, or you get feedback from someone else, and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually, it's really good to hear that they're getting it and starting to evolve the brand as well. Because like you've said, it is fast paced, isn't it?
Really fast paced, yeah.
Why do you think it is so fast paced? Because a lot of people do say that here.
Yeah.
Is it just the nature of retail?
I think it's the nature of retail, and we are a very, very successful retailer. And the reason that we're so successful is we keep moving. We don't just stand still, do we? We just keep moving. There's loads of plates to keep spinning. There's all of the different operations that we do at store level, and obviously at head office, what you guys do here. All of that just keeps the business moving and keeps it really new and current. Yeah. So I think that's what's important. And things change, so I don't know, you might have sickness, or there might be an accident on the motorway, so your parcels aren't going to be on time. So that team that you've got in to do that, all of a sudden have got to be moved to do something else, and then you've got to pull people to action them when they come in. So no one day's the same, and we have to just really think on our feet quite quickly.
Yeah, you've
at
got to
store
be
level.
able to be reactive, haven't you? I
Yeah,
guess?
definitely. And just
Yeah.
think, right, what do we need to do now? Right, that was the priority, now this is the priority. So yeah, lots going on at store level.
And what do you think is kind of, what can you think off the top of your head that's changed most recently in store? What's been the biggest thing where you've gone, oh, this is a big shift to where we've been as a business? Is there anything you can think over the past couple of years?
I think COVID,
Naturally.
if we can even say COVID
Yeah.
anymore. But yeah, COVID had quite an impact, obviously, on retail. And we're really starting to see now that retail is back.
Nice.
And that trade is there. And yes, we've got online, but customers are out and about in our shops more.
Right.
Whereas probably last year it was still very much customers were wanting to order online and do a lot of online shopping rather than come to store, whereas it seems to have shifted now, and we've got the coffee shops in most of our stores, so customers are wanting that experience, come out, get a coffee, have a browse, see the clothing, feel it, rather than just order it online. So it's creating that buzz, that atmosphere, and we've just had to evolve and react to that at store because we need more staff to focus on that and those service areas. So it does feel like retail has shifted back to where it was pre-COVID.
That's good,
which is
though.
exciting.
Yeah, that's really
exciting.
Because I guess with that, you're going to get more customers and then more opportunities and looking at different opportunities within your store. And like you said, concessions with the coffee shop is obviously important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the biggest change, I think, for us. It's all of a sudden it's just, oh my God, it's really busy again. So yeah, it's exciting.
And you mentioned online there as well. That still, yeah, I know it just skyrocketed during COVID.
Yeah.
But we've got I always get this wrong. I'm sure it's, do you know how many stores exactly?
478.
Yes, there we go. 478, yeah. We've got all those stores, which is unbelievable. You don't find many other retailers that got that.
Yeah.
Does it work and collaborate with online really effectively?
Yeah. So with the level of orders that are picked up at store, without our stores, those customers wouldn't be able to do that.
Because it's free.
It's free, yeah. Exactly. And the returns they can do in store as well, it's super easy. We've got, self-serve returns lockers now that customers can use without even needing to queue. So without stores, Directory would have to deliver more to home, they'd have to collect more returns. So the process is much slicker and the service we can then offer to customers is much better. They can just come in, return their parcels to us, get the credited straight away, get a text and off they go and just come in, collect their parcels and hopefully have a little browse and buy something from the store while they're there. So we put a load of stuff by the collection points.
Clever.
Buy this.
Clever.
Yeah, so the two go hand in hand, definitely. And our online business is massive at store. Yeah. The workload that's there, even on a quiet day, we know we're going to have customers picking parcels up. So we've got that workload for the team. That is really important.
And I guess even during, sale and stuff, people will bring stuff back if they've ordered it online or if they've come into store, and it's almost like a little hub, isn't it? It's like a little hub for Next.
Yeah. So it's almost a department or a little shop on its own with collections and returns. And at sale, because of VIP, lots of customers have their VIP slots. So our parcels that we get on a daily basis will quadruple. You get one van turn up and then there's a second on the way. So yeah, it's huge, and just collecting those for the customers and then doing their returns if they need to, and getting them packed back out to be resold as well. That all falls under us in store.
And do you think the general public and customers, do you think they still really enjoy, what you see, they really still enjoy that next sale, build up and stuff? Yeah.
Sale day is a real event. It's like no other day in retail. Mid-season sales, obviously we've got your 2 mid-season sales and then the 2 end-of-season sales. Your 2 smaller mid-seasons are very, very busy Saturdays.
Yeah.
But your end-of-season sales in your July and then your day after Boxing Day, they are just such a big day. The atmosphere is so different. There's a real buzz in the store. So, you know, we turn all the music up and we just try and create a bit of a buzz in there because the volume of customers in is huge. And yeah, you know, the queue outside. So we don't open as early as we used to anymore, 5 o'clock. That's not the need's not quite there now, but even 6, 7 o'clock, there's a queue outside.
Oh, there's queues are back.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about, you know, talking to the customers outside. We have a team outside, giving them their clear bags, chatting to them, just making them feel at ease. And then when they come in, they're just happy to grab their bargains. And yeah, you see them go out with bags and bags and bags, and yeah, which is all good for us.
And is a sale customer slightly different to a normal Next customer, do you reckon? Or,
yeah, there is definitely customers that are just sale customers. Yeah, they're usually the ones that are there at 5, 6, 7 o'clock, whatever time we open. Yeah, and then your normal shoppers will come out at your normal time, 10, half 10, after they've had a lion and breakfast. And possibly they've had a VIP slot, so have got everything they want from online, and then just pop into store to see if there's anything else. But you get customers that go to all different Next stores. So they'll go to one at, say, 6 o'clock. They'll finish there, go to another one.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're core Next sale shoppers to get their bargains.
It's very unique to the high street and retail, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Like, no other retailer only has 4 sales a year.
No.
It doesn't discount at any other time. We don't do Black Friday. So we're so unique to the high street, and our customers know that that's when our sales are going to be. That's when our furniture's going to go on sale. And they get to know at the time of year. So it's not a secret or nothing's a surprise. Yeah, it's just very unique.
Yeah, it is.
To the high street.
Part of our DNA as well, really. If you
so.
think back to, like, as online was growing and stuff, the sale was there, and like you say, it was always an event. Like, I've got older family relatives, and that's one of their reference points is the Next sale.
Yeah.
So it is a big thing.
Yeah.
It is really a big thing, and it's good to see that post COVID, it's kind of coming back to what it used to be as well.
Yeah, it's back. Because post-COVID, it wasn't as busy because people obviously didn't want to be in store and in crowds and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely back.
And for anyone that might be listening or watching, and if they were thinking, oh, should I go into sale or not? Should I apply for that temporary role? What advice would you give them?
I would say that coming in at sale is probably the best time to come in.
Okay.
Because you're seeing what that pace is like from the get-go. Straight away, it's just so fast-paced at sale because it has to be. So if you've seen it at sale, then actually when it's not sale and it's slightly calmer, you can really feel that enjoyment, look at that development that you can then work on with yourself. So I think if you started in, say, January, you're not really getting the right experience of what working at Next or working in retail's like, because it's quiet. So yeah, starting at sale, whether it be Christmas or in July, you're really seeing straight away what the pace is like, what the expectation is of us. There's lots to achieve, and straight away you know what's expected. So
it's a nice way of looking at it, that getting like the full flavour of Next rather than this is a bit of a quiet. Well, it's never quiet.
No, but exactly.
I know what you mean, quieter.
Yeah. Straight in, and because you're with quite a lot of people in the same situation as you, starting with Next as well, I suppose it's less daunting for them that they're not just a new starter on their own. They're actually about 40% of the team is within that sales support group. So they're all in the same position, and it's quite nice for them, I think.
And do we do a lot to support people through that as well? We're not just going, right, sign up. Off you go. Yeah. Chuck them into the wild. Is there? I guess you said. What did you say there? 40% of sales in your take your store, 40% would be like temporary roles, yeah?
Yeah. So if we plan in an operation, whether for sale, you could end up with more sales support than you have experience, just dependent on availability, flexibility of our current team. So we absolutely have to make sure that they're trained and offer them that support beforehand. Otherwise, we're not going to be efficient, get done what we need to do within the hours allocated. So yeah, we'd give them the training. We've got a really good training system. A lot of it's videos, so they can see exactly what it's like, and then buddy them up alongside somebody who is permanent or more experienced to really see and get to grips with what it is that we need them to do.
And what was your experience of that when you were doing that? Can you remember like what that was like when you went through it all?
Oh, it was very different back then. Very, very different back then. So it was probably more one-to-one years ago.
Right.
Whereas now there is a lot of e-learning, a lot of videos to watch that you will sort of do on your own. That will then be followed up with some spot checks to check understanding. So it has shifted a little bit in the last 20 years of how we would train the team. But I think nowadays we do learn a little bit better by videos, by e-learnings, by quizzes and whatnot. So that's for the better.
Yeah, more different channels, different ways, and it all kind of comes together.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, definitely.
And obviously it's not as much on the existing team to be, it's like, right, it's all on you to train this one person.
Yeah.
Spreads that around as well then, I guess.
Yeah. And the videos have been updated recently, and they're quite, motivational, chirpy. There's loads of really good music and things to engage them into that training. So that's great.
Yeah. No, it is good. And what are you looking forward to kind of going forward then? Like, because how long did you say you've been store manager there? 6 years?
Yes, 6 years at Merry Hill.
Yeah, what things are you thinking about that you're excited for?
So, as in what my career looks
like?
Yeah, okay.
What you excited? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm absolutely loving where I am in that size store with my team. So probably another 5 to 7 years in store. And then I would really like to come and work at head office in the HR department.
Really?
Yes. So, I don't know how that'll pan out, but that's sort of where what I'm working towards for the future.
I like that you've got a plan though. That's good.
Yeah, when I'm wanting to wind down at some point. And
I don't think you'd wind down.
Well, not work till 10:30 at night, I suppose. But yeah, I'd like to get my 50 years.
Yeah. Wow. Really?
So that takes me to 68.
Okay. What do you think? Because you've been here 20 years. What do you think genuinely keeps people here that long? I know you said the people, but it's very unique as a business for us to always go. I have people on here all the time, and they'll be like, "I've been here this long," and then you've just said that like. In most businesses, you wouldn't get that.
No. I think when you do start from the bottom and you've sort of worked coming from school, I don't know, you have like that loyalty to the business. And people always say to me, if they cut me open, necks would sort of ooze out. My mum always says that. So, yeah, I don't know. The perks are very, very good. The discounts, all the perks that you get. So that's really positive. Those of us that have been around for quite a long time, we benefit from quite a lot of holiday.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily get that now. So, yeah, I think... I don't know, it's just loyalty and is the grass greener, I suppose. When you're doing something well and something's going good for you, why would you want to change that? But I think you're right, you wouldn't find many people that have worked in the same business for 20 plus years nowadays. I don't know why.
No, because it's quite common, because even 20 years, it's when you hit the people that are like coming to 30, you're like, oh wow, this is, massive milestone. I'm not saying 20 is not, by the way.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
absolutely is. It absolutely is. But it's more it's just it's just something you hear about the brand all the time. And I think you're dead right though with that loyalty aspect. It's the affiliation to the brand, and I think we're all encouraged as well to almost like we've all got we can all make an impact, we can all change the business and evolve it.
Yeah, and be proud to work for a really successful business.
Yeah.
So around the tough times when you were hearing about retailers unfortunately closing stores and whatnot, for our business not to be doing that, you're really proud to work for a business that's so successful.
Yeah.
And if you talk to some of the newer staff and you tell them that you've worked for the business for 20 years and you tell them all the stories of the olden days, they love it. They're really interested, they're really engaged, because it has moved forward. Like when we tell them that we used to pick replen with paper and pencil, and they're like, what? And now it's all done through a system.
Yeah.
So I love telling them all the stories of back in the day.
Well, yeah, being here 20 years, you can have a few, though. You do.
Definitely.
You do rack up the stories. And it's good that it evolves as well. That's the thing, isn't it? It's always evolving. It's not like in another 20 years' time, retail will probably there'll be something else it's doing or trying to achieve or get to.
Yeah, like I imagine the systems teams are working already now to improve things 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
They're that far ahead. And every day something's new or something's better. And our feedback to head office teams and field teams grows the business. If we let them know something's not quite right or we could do something better, that's taken on board. And again, we're helping to shape the business for the future.
That's a really good point, actually, because I've always found people in retail, whether I'm talking to someone who's still working in retail or they're in another part of the business and they've worked there, they've really got like this collaborative mindset of like you've just described there, and it is really evident in the people in retail as well. And I think it's just the culture that's been created around it. It's like, how can we grow and grow it and grow it? And that's from years of having a successful retail business. And that spreads to the other areas as well. And I really like it. It's a really good part of the business to be in.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever worked in retail?
I have, but not for Next.
Oh, okay.
Not for Next. I won't say who, but don't want to promote the competition. But that was right when I was 16.
Oh, okay.
But I think weirdly it probably did influence the sector that I wanted to go in.
Yeah.
Worked in a store.
Yeah.
Did loads of you'd call it merchandising, but it wasn't really. It was just putting stock out.
Right, okay. Well, you're more than welcome to come and do a day at Merry Hill.
No. It's good.
Come and do a day in the life of.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. I think, it's such a big part of Next still, which I think sometimes, because online is like obviously growing so much and international and all these other areas.
Yeah.
I think people think, we definitely still got stores.
Oh, yeah.
It's a multi-channel approach now. It's such a big part.
Yeah.
And especially at sale.
Yeah. And the investment the business making our stores better. So stores that have been around for a long time, getting refits, having a bit of facelift. All of that is happening to just really make us the best looking stores out there.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
totally
my
agree.
shop's pretty nice. It's good new.
Well, thank you for coming on.
No worries, thanks for having me.
That's been really nice chatting with you and understanding sale, and anyone that's thinking, do I, don't I, just go for it.
Come and work for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.